everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Here we are with a new appointment, but first I wanna thank all the nice people who watched my last video, commented and subscribed, because your support and appreciation mean the world to me and are a big reward for all the effort and energy I put creating my videos and content. You made me so happy, and all of that is very gratifying. Now, let's take our usual cup of tea and go start. Since Easter is near, I decided to drink my tea in this cute mug. It's always so good. Today, I want to talk about my relation with vintage. What I like of it most are its elegance and all the sophisticated aesthetic connected to it, and obviously the high quality of materials and manufacturing. I think there are so much beauty and elegance in the past models and styles. In fashion as much as in decor, each era has its peculiarity and wonderful aspects. This is the reason I haven't a unique favorite period, but I'm fascinated by everyone, and I like taking inspiration from all of them to recreate my personal style. I'm too eclectic and creative to live stuck in one style. I do like experimenting and mixing. Elegance is my purpose, not the imperative research of historical accuracy. I better mean not in any occasion. I attend to some historical accurate sewing class sometimes, and that's great because I always learn a lot from this kind of lessons. But for my everyday life, I prefer some more practical stuff, better suited for modern life, obviously with a fanciful vintage twist. Talking specifically about fashion, when I buy vintage or second-hand, or when I sew my own pieces, my rules are versatility and classy. I take a lot of attention on the quality of materials and at the refinement of details, but I also think it's important not to squander a lot of money. Vintage usually gives the opportunity to wear good pieces at reasonable prices. And remember, my dearies, you don't need to be millionaire or to have too many dresses to be stylish and elegant. All that you need is a versatile closet and a graceful attitude. Obviously, not every time and not for all the occasions we can buy vintage or thrift. For many different reasons. For example, we don't find that specific model we are looking for, or we can't find our right size, or maybe we don't like a detail such as the fabric or the color. In these cases, I have two options. Number one, I go for vintage style clothing instead of original ones. There are many lovely brands who sell beautiful dresses inspired by retro silhouettes, and most of them are independent label, careful to produce their items with good quality and sustainable systems. Number two, I learned from my boyfriend, who's a tailor, to sew my own dresses. I use original vintage patterns or I make them myself, and if I'm lucky enough to find them, using vintage fabrics too. In this way, I can make a cloth exactly as I want it. In general, I try to buy vintage as much as I can because it's much more eco-friendly, and I'm honest saying that I'm good in it. My closet is almost composed by vintage pieces and my house as well. I prefer my dresses can be useful for many different styles, or that I love to recreate my outfits with based on my tastes and my moods. For example, I made myself some circle tartan skirts in a length that can be adapted to many different fashion decades. I give you a concrete demonstration of what I mean. All the following outfits you are going to see are recreated with the same circle tartan skirt model made in different colors but with an equal silhouette. All what you need to change the mood and the style of your outfits is adding the right accessories to hit the fashion decade well. For the first look, inspired by late 30s, early 50s period, I wore a fitted shirt to highlight the typical feminine style of that era. A pair of elegant high heel shoes, some clip earrings, and I styled my hair in the way that was very fashionable at that time. Similarly, I created my 70s look. The full circle skirt is the centerpiece of the outfit. Then I added a pair of original late 70s, early 80s boots, a turtleneck sweater, some big hoop earrings, and I styled my hair like it used to be in that era, leaving them almost loose, only lifting the front and side parts. The last example is an Edwardian outfit. I created it taking inspiration from the dark academia aesthetic. Here, I wear the same skirt model and, as usual, the hair and all the accessories make the great difference. Late Victorian Edwardian style black boots, a shirt with a waistcoat, a bow on collar, pendant earrings, and an early 1900s young women hairstyle with a big velvet bow as a lovely ornament. Last but not least, dark tights, because nude ones didn't exist yet at the time. Since I have continually pointed out how important the right accessories are to create perfect vintage style looks, I want to show you a small part of my personal collection, whose pieces come from various eras. Here, there's a small selection with some of my lovely pieces I bought during my vintage huntings around. I gave a lot of attention and importance on each detail and how much refined it is. The beauty of vintage pieces, as in the case of these bags, is their longevity, due to the very good quality of manufacturing and materials, something pretty rare to find in the modern production. Look at all these beautiful bags. They are in such amazing conditions, like new. Gloves are equally relevant if you want to fully nail a vintage style, whether they are for day, afternoon, or evening, for summer or winter, elegant or more casual. They are that element which embellishes an outfit and immediately makes it much more elevated and refined. Fun fact: these blue lace gloves, which I found in a vintage market, are exactly the same pattern and are made in the same material as this black pair that belonged to my maternal grandmother when she was young. I have a thing for hats, and I always wear a hat when I go out. These I'm showing you are some of the cutest I own, but my collection consists of over 100 of lovely pieces till now. I also selected some of my favorite vintage shoes to show you. Shoes aren't always so easy to find because of the size and the conditions not ever good enough. But I have these pairs which I'm really proud of. They are so perfect and classy, especially. I'm in love with these original 30s ones. They are fabulous, so luxury and comfy too. I have so much fun and I feel very satisfied in creating my outfits and exploring all the magic of vintage fashion. I think it could be nice leaving you have a look at a carousel where I show all the styles I created using some of the clothing I have in my closet. I started this carousel with some of my clothing, original vintage or handmade pieces. The first is a dress sewed by my boyfriend, suitable for different styles thanks to its very fanciful fabric and model. We can find similar bishop sleeves in many eras. Fashion is actually something that travels through time and a lot of details come back very often. Also, this kind of brand and neckline are present in many decades. With it, I created two outfit ideas. The first is a 30s look, and as I told you before, the difference is all about accessories and hairstyle, and if you're good in it, in makeup as well. This 30s style includes a beret, dolly shoes, silver and coral earrings, and absolutely, you can't miss a 30s coiffure. With the same dress, I gave life to a Biba style ensemble. Biba was a very famous shop situated in London, operating between mid 60s and early 70s, which sold trendy clothing inspired by the youthful desire to break the middle class dressing rules, but also by some nostalgic look at the sophisticated 30s. In Biba style, the boho chic trend and the psychedelic mood are combined with all the glamour of 30s era. So a turban, a pair of suede shoes, colorful earrings, and my beautiful floral dress. And am I not perfect as a Biba girl? Between 70s and 80s, Gunnesacks, a very famous American clothing label that doesn't exist anymore, created an iconic line of formal and semi-formal dresses inspired by the ethereal Victorian and Edwardian aesthetics, sometimes with a romantic prairie-style twist, very popular at that time. every girl dreamed a Ganasak's piece in her wardrobe to feel like a real princess attending at a ball. You can still find original pieces by this brand from some vintage sellers, but actually not so easily. They are very great quality items, suitable to create some historically inspired outfit as well. I wanna point out historically inspired, not historically accurate. As you can see, that is exactly what I did. Now, let me show you this incredible velvet dress with sweet lace collar. It's an elegant 80s piece that I often wear for different occasions because it makes me feel always a romantic princess regardless of the era I want to represent in that specific moment. I like 80s fashion a lot, so it's nice wearing this dress the way it is, just teasing my hair, wearing some ballerina shoes and some original 80s bijou to catch the 80s style properly. But when I want to transform myself in a Victorian doll, I only need to change my hairstyle and accessories to be perfectly on point. Finally, I leave you with these ideas to recreate some 40s and 50s outfits for every day, simply with 70s dresses that remind to the same silhouette and patterns. You see me wearing 70s clothing rather than original 40s and 50s because where I live I don't find many good quality ones. Here you can find clothing from the 70s and 80s much more easily. But I think that they are equally valid for creating nice and appropriate looks. Obviously, I have 30s and 50s dresses too, but they are much more suitable for the evening or for some party than for everyday life. So I think I will show you them in some of my next video. This time, my purpose was specifically show you how a dress can be useful for multiple styles and many occasions. Well, my lovelies, before to say goodbye, I wanna say that a vintage lifestyle can be adopted by anyone at any time. Don't give up just because you think that objects, dresses, furniture are dirty or damaged. It's quite easy to clean and sanitize them at home by yourself or taking them to the laundry. In most cases, it's not too difficult to restore them. And if you aren't able to do that, or if you haven't time, you can contact some professionals, such as tailors and restorers, who could do that for you. My friends, it's absolutely worth, because believe me, it's totally eco-friendly, and that is such an important thing for the protection of our planet and the environment. And the quality of materials and manufacturing are so high. Above all, they are unique pieces that will make your houses and your personal styles incredibly special. With vintage, you can range in so many different styles and periods that there is something for all tastes and preferences. Try it. I'm sure you won't regret it. Now, my friends, it's actually time to say goodbye. I hope you would love to leave a like and a comment under this video, and that you will subscribe to my channel. See you soon for some new vintage adventures, and sending you many kisses. Bye bye.
Adesso male. Aiuto,
Before
mamma.
to do that, I for all the